Hello and welcome to Craftmania's latest Sunday showcase. Today we're going to have a little look at some of the magazines that we carry in store, and we've got an amazing Sunday showcase offer for you that will actually help you save a few pennies for the next year. So what we're going to do is look at the titles we carry. So the first one we're going to look at today is Simply Cards and Papercraft. Now if you've not seen this before, it's a brilliant general card making magazine that covers many techniques. Every month they give away fantastic free gifts, and this issue is no exception. With this one you're receiving a square embossing folder and lots of clear stamps. Now to be honest, the magazine is only $5.99, and depending on the brand embossing folders you're used to purchasing, you could quite easily pay that for the folder alone. But of course, on top of that, you're getting all the stamps and the magazine showing you how to use it. Now to be honest, we've been stocking this magazine for the last few years, and I'm yet to see an issue that isn't just jam-packed full of great ideas and wonderful free gifts. From that one, we'll move on to another magazine that we carry. This is Creative Stamping. Now I've actually been having a little play with this one, and I've got 3 or 4 cards I'm going to show you that I've made with the gifts that you get with this one. This one's $5.99 and really does just focus on amazing stamping techniques. So if stamping's something you're possibly not that good at, or something you really enjoy and want to learn a bit more about, this is the magazine for you. Unlike the first one that comes out monthly, this one comes out every other month, and one of the best bits about it is on the back they actually give you an A4 sheet full of stamps every issue. They're usually worth over £20, so to be honest, your $5.99 price tag, you're saving £14 minimum on the price it would cost you to purchase the stamps. So a proper little bargain. This issue is our Up and Away collection of stamps, but they change the theme every issue. So you do get quite a collection of brilliant stamps that are really nice to use and good quality. So we're going to have a look at a couple of the actual images that you're getting in there, and I'm going to show you a couple of the ways that I'm going to use them, and then I'll show you a couple of the cards I've made with them. So the first one we're going to look at today is the hot air balloon. Now this is towards the top of your sheet, and you may notice above it that we have these 3 half circles. Now the idea is that you can stamp any one of these that you wish into the top of your balloon. So I'll show you how to do that. I'm just using ordinary Memento black ink for this, because I'm just going to stamp it to show you how the stamps work. And we're using one of our squeezy blocks. These are great for this style of stamping and available in store this size. They're only $4.99. We do larger ones as well, so if you are thinking that you do larger stamps in general, we do have those as well. They're only $8.99. So once you've stamped your balloon, and we have a nice crisp image there, we're now going to pick our topper to go into it. So I've gone for this one, which is the nice floral topper from the middle. Quite like the fact they give you the choice of toppers, because if, to be honest, you could dress these up for men, or we could go a little bit festive with them, or you could do them for ladies or kids. It really opens it up with lots of options from just the one stamp. So again, I've just inked my stamp. We're just going to line it up here and give that a little push down. And we now have a completed hot air balloon. Now one of the other things the magazine come up with, this isn't my idea, completely theirs, but I think it's brilliant, so I'm going to show you this one too. Because it is August and a lot of us are thinking about Christmas, we can also use these half circles to make wonderful baubles. So I'm going to do mine both the same, because of course you could pick one of the other sides from your issue and use them as well, but we're going to do 2 sides of floral. So once you've stamped your first one, all we're going to do is just line up the next one and stamp that beside it, and then you have a beautiful Christmas bauble. How clever is that, eh? As I say, you could of course pick your other options and do something a bit different with them, but now I'm going to show you a couple of the cards I've made with these. Now of course, as many of you will hopefully know by now, we are heading into our annual 20% off event that starts on Friday the 26th of August and runs all the way through to 5 PM on Wednesday the 31st of August. So you might want to grab a pen and paper, because a few of the projects I've used today you might like to add to your shopping list to come in over the event. So let's have a look at card number 1. Now because of the popularity of our white on white card that we uploaded earlier in the week. I thought we'd do a couple of different ones over the next few weeks to show you different products you can use and different white on white styles you can actually achieve. So for this one, I've done the same bauble technique I just showed you, using the same stamp, but I've actually heat embossed it using white powder. I quite like this effect because it gives you the look that you've done dry embossing, and it actually makes the card look textured instead of just a stamped image. And when you're doing white on white, you don't really want a harsh ink colour getting in the way of spoiling the white on white effect. So all I've done is done 3 of those, cut them out, folded them in the middle and glue gunned them down the centre. Just added a little bit of glitter using a glue pen and some iridescent glitter. And then at the top here you can see that I've got an die I've used. That's one of our value range that come in earlier on in the week. I don't know if you see the posts on Facebook, but we had about 14 new ones come in, and this is one of the sets on there. You actually get both of these dies together for only $6.99, so it's an amazing value one, and that's what's responsible for this bit. I didn't use the little one this time round, but it's nice for you to see that it comes with it. Behind that, I have another panel that I've just cut out of a linen effect pearl card that's available in store. It's only 35p for an A4 sheet, comes in white and cream, and in the corners I've just used one of our fancy corner punches to give it a bit of detail and hopefully match the shaping with our die cut. Now this punch design is available for £6.49, and again you could actually use this with the same techniques that we did on one of our very first videos, where we show you how to use these punches as a border and how to punch around a circle to make a doily effect with them. If you haven't seen that video, have a little look back on our videos page on Facebook and you'll see all of our past videos. On top of that, I've also used an embossing folder. On this back level here, this is the folder I used. It's just an A4 one. They're available in store for $9.99, and I've just cut it down to the size of the square I required. I've then used a glue pen and a little bit of glitter to just trace around the edges of the embossed lines, just to add a little bit more festive sparkle. So that's card number 1. Let's take you on now to card number 2. So sticking with the bauble design, we're going to go for a little bit of a bolder look. We've gone for a golden white effect this time. So same top and bottom stamp with the daisy design, and again I've just coloured it in with a glue pen and a little bit of glitter to give it a bit of sparkle. Now the good thing with these half circles is not only can you use them for your baubles and your balloons, but I've also used it to stamp my corners as well. And all I've done from there is just slit it with a knife and poked in the sides, this panel behind it. So they're quite nice for that too, aren't they? Quite like that look. Again, I've just glittered these as well. Now the panel behind I've embossed. I've used this embossing folder. Hopefully you can see that okay on camera. It's a large 5x7 design. It's one of our premium quality embossing folders, so it's a little bit dear. It's $7.99, but the reason is not only are you getting a lot of detail, it's also quite deep, so you get a deep impression with it as well. It's true, you get what you pay for, and this is one of them examples. So moving on to card number 3, we're going to leave Christmas behind now, and we're going to go on to the hot air balloons. So with this one, I've just stamped my hot air balloons. Again, I've used gold embossing powder, same as I did on the last card. The gold embossing powder, if you haven't already got this in your stash, you really need it. It's a lovely colour. It's got a lovely metallic sheen to it, and it's only $3.99 a jar, and they just go on forever. So it really is worth having. So yeah, I've done my 3 balloons with gold. I've actually changed the pattern I've done in the top here. I've gone on to that mesh one because I wanted a little bit of a different effect really. Across the bottom I've also stamped the village scene, which comes in your set of stamps as well. You may not have seen that one hidden away at the bottom here, but it's a perfect stamp to give the idea of the height of the balloons. Across to the side as well I've got a happy birthday sentiment. That also is hidden away on your sheet over here. You get so many different text bits with this one. I just went for the standard happy birthday. And to be honest, it just highlights what good value these stamps are, because if there are so many different happy birthdays out there that you could pay a small fortune for, to think you're getting this in that bundle really makes your $5.99 seem quite an insignificant amount to be paying. There's also the cloud in there as well. So we popped that in the back there just to give our balloons a little idea that they're in the sky in case they didn't know. And we'll move on to our final card. Now I wanted to go a little bit more shabby chicy vintage with this one, and I also wanted to show you how you could use the same technique as we did with our first bauble design, where we've cut out and layered them. So we've just used 3 again, folded them in the middle and glued them together. And you may notice in the top of this one we have our floral design, and in the top of this balloon we've got our pointed down one as well. So just so you've seen all 3 of the different types. On the side here we've also got Bon Voyage, that comes in your set of stamps as well. And down this side we've got Let the Adventure Begin. Again, that comes in with your sheet of stamps. In the background of this one we have the same embossing folder I just showed you on the Christmas bauble one, which is available still in store for $7.99, but I've inked over it this time with some burgundy ink. Behind that we have 2 papers as well. We have our MAC paper at the very back, which comes from a 12 by 12. This is available for £1.9 a sheet, and they are double-sided, so you can pick the other side if you prefer. And we also have our music design, and I've only used sort of a quarter of this, so yeah, although it's £1.9 a sheet, you could of course make 4 cards from it. Again, it is double-sided, so you could also mix things up a bit and add a little bit of floral into that one as well. And then on the top of this card, you may have noticed the cord going down the side. Now this is this lovely design that we've had new in store this week. It's only £1.19 a metre. Comes in white and cream, but I think that really just matches in quite nicely down the edge of that one. Across the edges of this card, I also used a little distress tool that we sell in store. If you've not seen these before, they're perfect for giving an aged effect to the edges of your paper. Simply just run it down the side and it sort of makes it a little bit tufty and torn, and they're available too. Okay, so they are our 4 cards today. So just to run you through your actual offer for your magazine, if you would like any of the products you've seen, you can of course post in the comments and we'll have them held for you for up to 7 days. If you just pop the store you wish to collect from, we'll have them held for you. But your magazine offer, what we're going to do with these is if you'd like to subscribe to these magazines, which is a really handy way to get your hands on them, you can have them held in store just by giving us your name and telephone number. And when you do that, you'll receive a little card that entitles you to triple points on your magazines, on both of these titles for the next year, which means that you'll get triple points all the way until August the 31st, 2017. All you have to do is when you collect your magazines, flash the card we give you and we will give you triple points, which is a lovely way to fill up your loyalty card, save a few pennies, and then you can put that towards either your next magazines or other products you wish to purchase. There of course is no contract to this. If you at any time decide that you want to leave and you don't want to have it held for you, you can just tell us and we just take back your triple points card. But if you do want to stick with it, then it will be valid all the way for the next year. So that's our different magazines, that's your offer, you've seen the products. Just a little reminder of course that we do go into our annual 20% off event, which will be kicking off 9 AM Friday the 26th of August, and we'll go all the way through until Wednesday the 31st of August at 5 PM. We are opening both stores for Bank Holiday Monday as well, so if you can't get in before, we are here 10 till 4 on Bank Holiday Monday. Thank you very much for watching today. I look forward to seeing you all next week when we have another product and another video to hopefully show you a few different ideas. Thanks for watching, bye for now.